Hello, welcome to Inside the Machine Video 5. The video series where we dive into how computer systems are built, learning about hardware like processors and memory, and software, programs that run on the computer. In this video, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of operating systems and how they help our computers run smoothly. We'll explore what an operating system is, how multitasking makes it seem like our computers can do many things at once, and we'll define some important key terms we've mentioned earlier. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain how the operating system manages tasks, understand how context switching works, and recognize what a process is. So, let's get started. Imagine your computer is like a giant orchestra, with lots of musicians playing different instruments. Now, who's in charge of making sure all the music sounds good together? It's the operating system, or OS for short. The OS is like the conductor of the orchestra, making sure each instrument, which are like your computer's programs, plays at just the right time and for just the right amount of time. But here's the thing, the computer's brain, called the processor, can't handle every instrument playing at the same time. So how does it sound like everything is happening all at once? Well, the conductor, the OS, is super fast and clever. It tells the musicians to play their parts one after another, but so quickly that to us, it sounds like the whole orchestra is playing together. This is called multitasking. Each program or app on your computer, like a game or a music player, is like one of those instruments in the orchestra. We call each of these programs a process. The OS, our conductor, has to manage all these processes and decide who gets to play next. It's like telling the flute player to wait while the violin takes over for a bit, and then switching again super fast. But how does the OS decide who gets to play, or use the processor, next? There are different ways to do this, just like how a conductor might change the speed or volume of the music. One way is to give each process a fair turn, like in round robin, a bit like giving every instrument a moment to shine. Another way is to let the most important parts, like the soloist, go first. This is called priority scheduling. The OS might let the music app play without interruptions because it's more important than the background processes. Now, every time the OS tells a process to stop and another to start, it has to remember where that process left off, just like a conductor remembering where each musician is in the music. This is called context switching, and it happens so quickly that you don't even notice the changes. Here's something else cool. In some orchestras, you only have one conductor and one group of musicians. This is concurrency. Even though the conductor can't have everyone playing at once, they make it sound like the music flows together by switching between musicians really fast. But in other orchestras, you might have more than one conductor and more than one group of musicians playing different pieces at the same time. This is parallelism, where computers with more than one brain, multi-core processors, can actually run more than one process at the exact same time. And what about memory? Well, just like every musician in the orchestra needs their own space to read their sheet music and play their instrument, every process on your computer needs memory to run. The OS makes sure each process has enough space to work without crashing into other processes. And if there's not enough memory, the OS can create extra space with something called virtual memory, kind of like giving the musicians more room on the stage if they need it. So, in the end, the OS is like the conductor of your computer's orchestra. It controls who gets to play, making sure everything sounds good together, even though it's really only managing one thing at a time or switching between tasks so fast it feels like it's doing everything at once. The next time you use your computer, remember, it's like a whole symphony working behind the scenes, and the OS is the one making sure it all comes together. And that's it. You now understand how the operating system works, how multitasking allows your computer to handle many tasks at once, and the important terms related to these concepts. Now it's up to you to explore more about how computers manage their tasks in your daily life. If you enjoyed our content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps our channel grow. See you in the next video. Goodbye.